Good morning. Come on in. You are now tuned in to Debbie Curry Speaks. Hello, Miss Renee. Miss Renee says good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Curry. Pray you all are well. Good morning. I know it's been a long time since I've been on here, y'all. Just vibing out with y'all. And I figured like, Debbie, get yourself up there. I have some great supporters. And when I go to different pages, everyone is always speaking. I be trying to catch up, y'all. I'm just so lost with everything that's going on. And I was like, how do I fit into all of this? You know? So I said today I wanted to come on and talk about something that I love to talk about, which is love. I'm sorry. That's what I love to talk about. Is love. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I have this book that I enjoy reading, and I read it before I met my husband. So I said, let me share this with some of you all, and let's see what you guys can come up with, and we can talk about it. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the 5 love languages. Have you guys ever heard of that book? I have. And I noticed that in our life that we need those things. We need to figure out all of that about us. What makes us us? You know what I mean? Because we lose focus on who we are. We lose focus on a lot of things. And sometimes we get into relationships and we lose even our own selves. You know what I'm saying? We lose ourselves in our relationships. And because we're so busy putting people first that we forget about ourselves. So I said, you know what? There are people coming up in relationships less than my husband and I have been together. And then there's younger people that's coming up trying to learn how to love. A lot of us was never taught how to love. So this book that I have, the 5 love languages that I've had for a long, long time. When it first came out, I was like, bing, I'm getting this. Because wanted to learn. I wanted to find out more about myself. So I don't know if you all know what the 5 love languages are, and I don't know if you know what your love language is, that your love or your person can figure out who that is or what that is about you. So I'm gonna help you this morning. The 5 love languages is this. One is words of affirmation. You know what I mean? Some people love words of affirmations. They love to hear the sweet nothings. They love to hear you're beautiful, you're handsome. I love the way you do this. I love the way you do that. We're going to get into that. The second one is quality time. How much quality time do you spend with your love to cultivate the love that you all have? And how do you spend that quality time? The third one is receiving gifts. People love to receive gifts. A lot of people don't know that gifts, some people do love the fact of gifts. I don't care if it's cards, I don't care if it's candy, I don't care if it's jewelry, I don't care what it is. Some people love languages is gift, depending on what someone be what, how much the gift costs, or how big the gift is, or just the thought of you taking the time out to think of me, to do something nice and be at the store and take your time to find something that you would think that I like. It could be just a small trinket, but it's a gift. The fourth one is acts of services. Some people have different levels of acts of services that they do. Some people love massages, okay? Some people don't like to clean the tub, and the other one will. Some people don't like to dump the trash, but the other one would dump it. There's acts of services that you can do that will make your loved one feel even closer to you. Another one is the physical touch. You know what I mean? Just to rub somebody's back or feet, or just to hold their hand, or just to do somewhere you like. One thing that my husband does to me, he'll take his finger and he'll run it down from my forehead to my nose. I never understand that, but that's what he does to me often. And I appreciate that. Those are the 5 love languages that makes us who we are. What is your love language? What is your love language? What is the one thing that you and your love share, but only your love know that special thing about you? What is that? Well, let's talk about it. A lot of people get into relationships and we go through the honeymoon stage. I don't know if this is for y'all, but this is what happens in relationships. Like literally, we meet the person. Once we meet the person, we're so in awe with the person that we're like, we can't, when we see that person number pop up on our phone, we're all giddy. We all like feeling extra special inside with the butterflies and all of that. We feel all of that. You know what I mean? I say, this is one thing I always say, see how long you can keep those butterflies. How long can you keep those butterflies between the two of you? That when you look at your person's number on the phone, does it still make you feel the same way as it did the first time? Does it? Does it still make you feel secure? Or do you look at your phone and be like, oh my God, he's calling me again. Oh my God, I don't like this. She keep calling me. She's bugging me. Like, how is that for you? How do you feel about that? How do you feel when your love called you? And then remember, it was the falling asleep on the phone type deal. Those little bitty things means a lot. We didn't realize how much they mean in the beginning of our relationship, that we can actually still keep those things sacred to us. But a lot of people don't. They get into the relationship. It's called the honeymoon stage. After the honeymoon stage is over, where are you? Are you lost? Are you ready to replace the person that you with? Where are you in your relationship? Where are you? Are you just like going along with everything and you guys are just roommates now? There is no love. You guys are bickering at every little thing. You forgot how to love one another.
Heartbroken over a copyright claim on your latest.
Is that what it is? You guys lose your love with one another that you don't know how to be? This is something you ought to look into. The one thing I like about this book, reading this book, it tells me, and it helped me to figure out that you got to fill up your love tank. If you don't fill up your love tank, your energy goes so low and you don't have time and you're not intertwining with each other. You're not loving each other. You're just going with the same humdrum thing that you do every single day until you need to please that immediate gratification, and then you back to that same humdrum feeling every single day. You need to fill up your love tank. Your love tank, it will take you further, will give you the patience, will give you the things that you can't drive your car with no gas, even though gas is $5 and up. You have to somehow, even if you don't have the money, the finances at the time, you have to somehow try to get a hold of those finances so that you can get your vehicle going. If you that pressed about getting your vehicle going, why can't you be that pressed about getting your love going? People be so quick to want to let somebody go because they're not getting along or whatever stupid reason. We be so quick to be like, it is over. I don't want to be with you no more. And then once that person says, okay, it's over, what happens? You lose that person, and then when y'all gone and y'all separated, y'all thinking about how much y'all truly love one another, how much you truly want it to work out, how much you truly want that person to pick up that phone, but they can't because it's over. There is no more you all. There is no more us. There is no more we. You let someone go that you love for a very simple excuse that could have been fixed between the two of you. You let that person go on something you could have worked out. Now you're with someone that really doesn't appreciate you, really don't know how to treat you, really don't take the time to show you how much they really love you, because you are now just a passerby. You gave up something so extraordinary for something so simple that you could have worked out. Miss Renee say, yes, it's over. It's over. For real, for real. You can't get it back. Either that person don't want to deal with you, or either that person is moving on to find someone that will be there and listen to them. It don't take that much in a relationship. It's the smallest things in your relationship that make your relationship great. It's the listening. It's the being attentive. It's the showing the love. It's the caring, literally caring about someone. Hi, Quita. Good morning, Mrs. Curry and everyone. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you for that. We literally lose out on some of the most spectacular relationships when it could go further, and we wonder, what if? What if I'd have held on? What if I would have forgave? What if I would have said something different? What if I would have done something different? What if I just would have just shut up? What if? you still would be together, feeling that hug, feeling that love with someone that you truly want to be with. Miss Renee said, I did 5 years. He was a great provider, great lover. We were friends, but he could not fight those spirits. Miss Renee, you speaking. See, because a lot of people don't know that there is a lustful spirit that's out there that will take a hold of somebody, and they think that something else is better than what you have. We really finna talk some relationship stuff today. Because let me tell you something, when you are in love, especially when you are married, but when you are in a relationship, let me tell you this right here. There is nothing, absolutely nothing that someone else can do for your love that you can't do for your love. You need to take that in and you need to soak that in. To be honest with you, but even though the world in which we live in, this is how it is. But to be honest with you, sex was actually made for married couples. So just so y'all know. But we are all simple people out here in this world, so it goes down how it goes down. I'm just keeping it real. That's what it does, and I'm just keeping it real. But let me tell you something. You should be love. Making love to someone is a beautiful act between two people, especially if it's a married couple. That is a beautiful act of love. You hear me? And I'm telling y'all the honest truth. It is. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people think because I'm with this one person and this person is looking at me and this person is giving me attention and this person is doing this, to think that the grass is greener on the other side. And that's most cases not the case, because they don't know you how the person that's in love with you know you. There's a difference from saying I love you to I'm in love with you. There is a total difference from that. You can love anybody. You can love your phone and your computer. But are you in love with your phone and your computer? There is a total difference. I heard something yesterday that was profound. Somebody said, I love you. And the person replied back, I like you too. Does that make sense? If that's not equally yoked, I don't know what that is. I don't know if the person not ready, or I don't know, somebody I was like, huh? Didn't that person just say they love you? Okay, listen. You have to know your love language, and you have to know your person's love language. You feel what I'm saying? You really do. You have to know your love language and your person's love language. And you may not even know your own love language. Isn't that something to think about? It's, hey, Kay with love, how are you? Absolutely. Keep it real. I'm trying. You know I'm trying. You know I'm trying. So I'm gonna go over again. Like I said, I got this book when I was single because I wanted to be different in my relationship. You feel what I'm saying? I wanted a different type of relationship. I did not want the same type of relationship. I wanted to be different. So I picked up the 5 love language books. And I'm like, 5 love language? What are they? 1, words of affirmation. They say our tongue is sharper than a 2-edged sword. Y'all know, don't even play with me. A lot of y'all been cussing each other out on these YouTube streets. And bad, like hard. Y'all been like going at it because I come into the chat sometimes and I'll be like coming in, get my little seat. Y'all know how I be. Got my little seat, sit down, and all of a sudden I'm saying hi to everybody, all the hosts, and I hear some stuff, and excuse me, gotta go, and I'm out. I be trying to, Lord knows I be trying to keep up. Some of the things I can't keep up on. I can't. Some of the things are just, it's not, y'all know what I mean. So I have to excuse myself with the one finger, excuse me, pardon me, thank you, excuse me, pardon me, thank you, excuse me, pardon me, thank you. I could be there for as long as I can. You know what I mean? I come in, I hit the like button, and I grab my seat. I still show my support, although I can't be there during the whole duration. You know what I'm saying? So words of affirmation is key factor. What is your words of affirmation to your love? You dirty son of... I don't like you. You make me... Oh my God, every time I ask you to... Oh my... We're never ever going to... Oh my... What are your words of affirmation? You know what? I love the way that you... Thank you for doing... I hope your day is great today. Speak things that are not as though they are. You feel me? Learn how to speak positiveness into your life, which your life is your love life or your spouse life or your kids or whatever your life is. You can start out your children young to figure out when you're discovering your kids and you're teaching them. You can also find out what their love language is between the mother or the father or the siblings. This can work on totally different playgrounds. Although we are speaking of couples right now, that I just threw that in. That's just the bonus for you. Because a lot of things that we weren't taught when we were younger. We weren't taught how to love. We weren't taught some of us weren't taught the proper way of how to love. You have to literally learn it on your own. And we've all have bumped our heads, ran in the walls, bulldozers, everything. We've done all of that just to find out what love really is. And some of us are still lost trying to find out what love really is. We're lost. We don't know how to love. We think because they saying that this is how we have to be, that we all go all right in line with it and think that's it. And that's not the way that you love. You so lost and confused when you begin to love because of the way the other person is. Be genuinely you. Don't let anyone change who you are because you are so uniquely designed. You don't have to allow people to come in and interrupt who you are as an individual and the way that you love. You keep loving the good love that you give. Keep loving that way because someone that's going to understand you is going to receive that love and love you greater because you didn't change. That's what differentiates you from anyone else. You being you. So the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of love, and physical touch. You always must have to keep your love tank full. You feel me? You give a lot of yourself when you have, especially when you have everybody in the home with you, or it's just you and your kids in the home. You know what I'm saying? You give a lot. You have to spread that thing around, but it also consists of being balanced. You hear me? you have to balance all of that out. That means balance some space in there for you, loving on you. Balance some space on loving on you. If you're single or whether you're with someone, balance some space on loving you. We all forget to love ourselves, but we all there for everybody else. Now, when you enter your relationship with someone, you want to make sure your love tank is full, because sometimes you got to be a little bit more patient with your lover. Lord knows sometimes we do. And they got to be a little bit more patient for you. But how you going to know what to do if you don't know how to do what to do? You don't know what steps to take. Keep your love tank. Each person in your life, there's room. I used to tell everyone, I got a space in my heart just for you. It don't include nobody else. That is your personal space in my heart. You feel me? When it comes to your love should have a big part of your heart. And it comes with a lot of love, a lot of compassion, a lot of truth, a lot of loyalty, a lot of everything. What are you filling your love tank up with? If it's nasty and filthy, you know, if you put something in your car that ain't, you put some water in your car because you ain't got no gas money as high as the prices are right now. You put some water in there, your car ain't gonna go. It ain't gonna go. You didn't tore up your car by putting some water in your gas tank. So what are you filling your gas tank up with? Your love tank up with, what you filling that up with? You know what I'm saying? Do you have words of affirmation for your lover? Sometimes we want to go completely off, y'all. Y'all know we do. And sometimes we do. Go completely off. But is there ever a time where you're just patient? Where either one of you all are just patient to be understanding and be like, I understand. We can get through this. It's going to be okay. We all right. You have to, that's a process, you all. I don't know if you know that or not. Because listen, I talked to you guys about the honeymoon stage. We so much in the beginning of this thing, we in a honeymoon stage, there is nothing that we or our love can do that is wrong. All we want to do is be around that person. All we want to do is just hear that person. All we want to do, we want to eat, sleep with that person, everything. But then sometimes that honeymoon stage fade out, and it's like you don't want to deal with that no more. But we're a couple. What kind of couple are you? You're a couple of what? What kind of couple are you? Every day is a learning experience to get your love right. Oops, dang it. I said something disrespectful to my love. I got to figure it out. Come back in and regroup. That means come in and apologize. I'm sorry. Let me do this better. Okay. I thought about what you said, and this is how we're gonna work at this. You know what I mean? I was wrong. I was in my feelings, and I let it get the best of me. But that's not really what I mean. What I was trying to say is, or go in, grab your love by the hand. Come here, can I talk to you for a minute? Sit your love down. Be patient. Be understanding. I was out of line. I apologize for what I said and how I said that. That was wrong of me. I should not have said those words because I'm so used to this old way of doing things, but I listened to Debbie today. I listened to DebbieCurrySpeaks today. And she told me that there's a better way. I don't have to be this way. I don't have to attack you because I got impatient. That's on me. That's something I need to work on. I'm an impatient person. I've always been that way, but I'm gonna change. And it's gonna take me some time because it's not an overnight process because I've been doing this a long time. But because I heard from Debbie Curry Speaks today, I think I can do it. saying you can. You can do it. You can. It takes one step at a time. But make sure your love tank is filled, because you're going to mess up everything if you don't get that together. Falling in love is a beautiful thing. I don't know if you all really realize that or not. The way the world is set up nowadays, it don't want people to fall in love. Then when you see people that fall in love, you see people hating on the type of love that they have. And they want to ruin it, break it up, do whatever they can because they don't have that type of love. Instead of wasting their time with the fact that they're seeing somebody else that found love amongst the two of them, that, man, maybe the quality that they have, I could probably utilize that and learn. Excuse me, couple. Can I ask you guys something? How did you all get like this? Get like what? Like you are. What do you mean? How are we? It just seemed like you guys have a lot of love for each other. Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest with you. We've been married for 15 years. I can't stand her. I can't stand him. But we love each other. We're very much in love with each other. And we understand the fact that we're not going to be able to agree all the time. But the fact that we are so in love with each other, we continue to take our time to grow together, to work it out. Because I can't see my life without her. I can't see my life without him. These are some things that takes time to work at. Love is beautiful, but it's not always easy. I'm going to say that again. Love is beautiful, but it's not always easy. You know what I'm saying? But that which is worth fighting for is worth it all. Falling in love is so beautiful that you have to remember. Now, in your next relationship that you fall in love in, this would be my suggestion to you. The things that you love about that person in the beginning, get yourself a book, a tablet, and write down all the things that make that person, how that person makes you feel special. What is those things that helps to make that person feel special in your presence, whether you are in the presence of them or out of the presence of them, and you still manage to put a smile on their face, joy in their heart, and still make them feel loved. Write those things down. And then check in with your love. A lot of people get into relationships and they don't check in with one another. They don't check in. They do not check in with one another. How are we doing today? How's our relationship? How do you feel? Is there anything that I can do better? Is there anything that you want me to do that I'm not doing? Check in with your love. If you guys don't mind, if you like what you hear, please hit the like button and subscribe. Because there's going to be a lot of things that I talk about. I had to take a breather and kick back and try to figure out what's going on. And I realized that, okay, Debbie, I talk to my husband, I gotta be me. This is me. I love love. You love love? What's wrong with you? That's that Mary. I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? But I love love. You don't love love? What's wrong with you? Check in with your love. You feel me? Because if you don't check in, you miss out on a lot. You miss out on the things that can complete and upgrade y'all to a whole nother level because you're not checking in with your love. I don't care if you all are, I don't like the phrase girlfriend and boyfriend when you're a grown woman and a grown man. I don't like that. Is it just me? Like, he's not a boy and I'm not a girl. I'm a whole woman. That's a whole man. I don't like that phrase like that. You know what I mean? Check in with who you seeing. You know what I'm saying? Are you going through the process? Are you all even in a relationship yet? Are you just going through the process of where you guys are just dating, or you're just seeing each other, or are you at that step to where the other person has let go of everyone to be with you, or are you at the step that you let go of everyone to be with that person? But I'm talking about love. Words of affirmation. A lot of people don't know what that is. It's verbal compliments or words of appreciation. It's a powerful communication of love. Y'all know some of the things that we don't do. We do not tell a person what we like and what we dislike in a relationship. Do y'all know we do that? We don't. They could be doing something when y'all first get together and how y'all get together. They could be doing something that you do not absolutely like, but yet you will still go on and on with it as if it don't bother you. Later on down the line, after y'all done got into a relationship or not, then you spit out, you blurt out, I hate that. I've always hated it. I hate it. Well, why couldn't you say that a long time ago? Why couldn't you just say, you know what? Why do you do that? I don't like that. Why do you do that? That bothers me. Tell me something. How does this hurt? How does this hurt? If we're in a relationship, or if your love came to you and says, hey, why do you do that? I don't understand why. Can you explain that to me? That really bothers me when you do that. It's irritating to me. And maybe they didn't know. Maybe they just thought that was fun for you and you liked it, and then you always jovial about it, so they didn't see anything wrong with it. Sometimes we got to get this stuff together, because we are definitely not helping out in our relationship. We're definitely not helping one another. Verbal compliments are a far greater motivator. And I don't know if they're nagging at somebody. I don't know if y'all know that or not. Verbal compliments is way much better than nagging at somebody. Did y'all know that? Say say you want your man to dump the garbage, but your man don't want to dump the garbage. You feel what I'm saying? But yet the garbage is piling up and up and up and up. It's stinking. They ain't doing what they supposed to do. When they dump that trash, say, you know what? I really love that you dump that trash, because I do not like to dump the trash. And I thank you for dumping the trash. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you don't let it pile up. I appreciate the fact that every time every day you come in, you dump the thank you, because I do not like dumping the trash. Me personally, I don't dump the trash. My husband dumps it. I don't dump the trash. I do not like dumping the trash. I am not playing with you. I don't dump the trash. I don't even open up the door for myself. I stated this for you guys. I don't open up the door, not unless I'm in my feelings and I try to hurry up and get to the door or whatever, if I'm in my feelings or something like that. But I don't open up the door. At least I'm not supposed to, but sometimes I get caught in my feelings, and then my husband be like, well, why did you open up the door? You're not supposed to touch the doors. If my husband is in the car with me, I don't drive unless something is wrong with my husband. Unless my husband is ill or something like that, or he's unable to drive, and I have my husband in the car, that is the only time I will drive. I do not drive when my husband is in the car. I drive when I'm by myself, because if I don't, then that don't make no sense. But when my husband's in the car, I pick him up. I'll get out the car. I go over to where he is. He open up the door. He put me in the passenger seat, and he takes off in the car. I don't drive my husband in the car. And I say, thank you. The first time I was so nervous, the first time that he opened up the car door for me, that I was like, I didn't, I was so busy being an independent woman that I thought that would be strange. I'm like, I didn't know how to feel. Not that it was strange for him to open up the door for me, but it was a strange feeling that I had gotten. Like, oh my God, this man opened up the door for me. And it's an ongoing process. It's not something that started in the beginning of our relationship and it stopped. It's an ongoing process. You feel what I'm saying? And if my husband listens to this, can y'all imagine how that would make my husband feel, that me stating to you all that I enjoyed that my husband opened up the door for me? So what is that going to make him do? This is a word of affirmation. My husband is going to continue to open the door for me. You see what I just did with you guys? I just shared with you guys how you do words of affirmation. I enjoyed the fact that my husband opened up the door for me. I enjoyed the fact that I don't drive when my husband is in the car. Unless there is something wrong with my husband. But these are choices that my husband chose to do for me, which I have learned to appreciate, and I have learned to thank him for doing those things for me. But this is who my husband is when it comes to me. First, I was like, hold on, partner. Who else you opening up the door for? I'm so silly. Just me. And I appreciate that. You see what I'm saying? So isn't that better than, well, you never open up the door for me. I don't even like you. You know what? Because DebbieCurrySpeaks said that her husband opened up the door and you don't. That is not what I'm saying to you. I'm saying it's better to say what you like. Words of affirmation. I like when you do this. That's going to make a person better than just nagging how I just did it. That's going to make a person be like, you know what? Let me try this. Let me do this. I pull up and engage. We went out to a friend of ours does plays. They write plays and they do plays. So they put a play together. Matter of fact, it should be on some channel. Picked it up. I don't know if it was. I forget. Some network major network picked up his play, and so we saw the play. We went to go see it. Got snazzy, dressed up, and everything. So he pulled the car up to the what do you call it? The building, the hall, or whatever this thing, the building. Elegant place. He got out the car. He opened up the door for me. He walked me upstairs, up the stairs that was there to lead to the building. He walked me inside the building and he set me down. And then he went to proceed to park the car. He came back, he grabbed my hand, he lifted me up, and we walked hand in hand. Sometimes I'll hold my husband's hand, or sometimes I put my arm in his arm. Y'all know what I mean? I'm corny. I'm a nerd. Don't do me. Don't do me. But we watched the play and we enjoyed it. And then when it was all over, he brought me right back out to the foyer for the whatever they call it. And I sat down and he went to go get the car. He pulled the car up, car all lit up, everything. He came and got me, brought me down to the car, opened up the car, and people were looking. People were looking as my husband did all of this for me. But that's what we want. We want that type of love that we feel secure, safe, know that we're okay, and we feel beautiful. That's what ladies want, the feminine want to feel, beautiful, untouchable, like amazing when we're with you. And we want you to feel incredible when you're with us. So you have to figure out what is the love language. That's my husband's love language towards me. I'm protecting my wife. I'm shielding my wife. I'm making sure my wife is safe. I'm making sure my wife is comfortable. I don't care if we go to a gala, engagement, or wherever we go. My husband's going to make sure I have, if I'm wearing heels, that I got some flats. When we get ready to walk out the door, I kid y'all not, this is true facts right here. I'm not playing. I don't care if it's morning, afternoon, or whatever. My husband literally looks and see what I'm wearing, and because we have the shoes on the right by the door, he literally picks out the shoes that matches whatever I'm wearing and have them sitting right there. So when I get ready to go to the door, then I can put on the shoes. Crazy. Sometimes I'll be messing with. I'm like, I'm not wearing those shoes. But I'll be like, what the hell? You know what I mean? And that's how you said, what'd you say? You said, yes, we do. You are right. Yes, we do. We want to feel love. We want to feel if you are the masculine, we are the feminine. We want to feel our feminine. The only reason that women come out and be boisterous and be strong and be out there like that is because you have pushed too many buttons which make us feel like we have to be on guard. We have to protect our own self because we're not feeling protected by you. That's when that femininity, because when you first met us, you enjoyed our femininity. We enjoyed your masculinity. But if that switches and we start to be boisterous like that, that's what happens. We feel unprotected. We feel unguarded. We feel like we have to protect ourselves even from you. It's not that we're trying to tell you what to do. Don't take our femininity. Don't take our femininity and then want to run out and find somebody else that's feminine. Don't take our femininity. We're still growing in our femininity. We still want to know. We still want to be our feminine self. We were our feminine self before we met you. Before you got with us, you saw it, you loved it, you enjoyed it, you want to meet us. Don't make us be something that we are. We're still growing in our femininity. We still want to be loved, treated like a woman, feel like the women that we are. And men want to feel like the men that they are. Men want to feel that masculine, be that masculine for you. But if you degrade them, constantly nag at them, constantly out on them, that's where they take the awareness off of you. They take it off of you. It says that it's better that a man, let me see if I can word this correctly. Y'all forgive me if I'm wrong. Put it in the chat so I can get it right. A nagging woman can break up a home, and where that man will be on the rooftop just to try to get away from her. If every day that he walked in his home, where it's supposed to be his sanctuary, his place of peace, because he done dealt with the whole entire world, and when he come home, all he wants is peace. He wants to. He don't want all of that. If you give him all that, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to run. He's going to want to go somewhere else. Do you understand what I'm saying? He is not going to want to deal with that every single day. Yet, if the masculine with his feminine sees that, oh my God, okay, so she's not, something is not right. Let me be a little bit more passionate. Let me be a little bit more patient with her. If he sees that, okay, I'm more patient. Okay, she's upset right now. If he says, hey, you don't have to yell. I understand how you feel. Maybe we just need a little breather. You go in one section of the house, I'll go in the other section. Let's take a breather, and then let's come back. And as we collect ourselves, let's come back together collectively to figure out what we've done wrong. Let's figure it out. A lot of people get in a relationship and they be so tired, they don't want to hear the nice things that come out that can better y'all relationship. You don't want to hear it. Oh, I'm so tired of hearing this. Every time you say this, it never happened, and this and that and the other. And that could be the case, to where you verbally have said it repeatedly that you were going to change and you never did. Don't wait until it's too late to change something that you can literally change right now. It's going to take some time because you got to get some used to, but if you're not putting it into practice, how do you expect that other person to put into practice to be genuine and be understanding and be patient with you? It takes time for you and it takes time for them. This is a process. That's why when you're in a relationship, you got to sometimes it's like a seesaw. Okay, it's my turn to lift you up, my turn to lift you up, my turn to lift you up, my turn to lift you up. You feel what I'm saying? That's one of the best part of being in a relationship, because you both can grow together, you both can get it together, and you both can say some things that can change the both of you all by speaking words of affirmation. Does it make sense? Sometimes we get so wrapped up and caught up in a whole lot of stuff, and we don't even know how to be encouraging to one another. We don't know how to be encouraging. And we fall by the wayside by that because we don't know how to encourage each other. But yet, I'm in love with you, you're in love with me, and we don't know how to encourage one another. What is being in love with each other then? What is that with you two? What is that? Just having sex? You think just having sex is just being in love? Is that what you're thinking? There's a lot that come into play with being with someone. You literally have to get down with one another, whether it be somebody may be in a foul mood and can't take the entire world, and that includes you. You have to learn each other's love languages, because sometimes you just need to let that person have the time that they need. Even though you be upset, can you still bring that person a cup of water? Sometimes I'll be caught up in my feelings, and my husband will still bring me a cup of something to drink. Sometimes he be caught up in his feelings, and I still would bring him a nice plate with something to drink. Can you do that and while being in your feelings still give to one another? Or do you just wait until your feeling pass and then that's it, it's over with, you don't care about nothing else? Is that how it is? Because if that's the case, you may need to change that, because that's not going to work for neither one of you guys. That's just going to cause more anguish within you all's relationship. Encouragement requires empathy and seeing the world from your spouse's perspective. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that? Encouragement requires empathy and seeing the world. Sometimes you got to take your worldly glasses off and look at it from your spouse. Okay, listen, can we talk? Why are you, am I missing something? Why are you so upset? What happened? Was it something at work? Was it something with the kids? Was it something I did? What happened? Why are you so upset? Okay, well, it's just both of us living here. Did I do something that I'm not aware of? And then they say, yeah, you put them clothes where they weren't supposed to go, and I've been trying to tell you for the longest. Put it in the hamper. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought you were my personal maid. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I kid. No, I'm sorry. I will pick up my clothes and I will put them where they need to be. I'm so sorry for giving you extra work. You're not my personal maid, and I appreciate you for even looking out for me and giving me a space to put my dirty clothes. I appreciate you for that. Thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean no harm. It's just sometimes, you know how I just be so relaxed to just get home. And once I hit home, I'm comfortable and I just want to chill. I just want to chill. I'm like, woo, I'm with my baby right now. I don't nothing else matter. And I just lose it sometimes. I'm sorry. Charge it to my head, not my heart. It's just that I just be so excited to just be in our little what we have right here. The world is closed off. I can relax. I can be me. And I love it. I love it. And I'm sorry for treating you like you my personal maid. I actually thought you were because no, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm kidding. Sometimes y'all do be treating, your loved ones like that. And don't y'all know that forgiveness go a long way in love? Do y'all know that? Just I forgive you for that. I forgive you. Goes a long way. Sometimes you really got to humble yourself, even when you don't even want to humble yourself. But you have to humble yourself. You feel me? Because that's the way love works. It's a give and take situation. Sometimes we want to just take, but we don't realize that we got to give as well. A lot of people don't realize that, and it messes people up. So words of affirmation is a plus, a great thing when you're in your relationship. The next thing is quality time. Quality time goes a long way. Sometimes you got to sit with everything off and just sit and talk with each other. Sometimes you have the music playing where you bond with one another. You feel what I'm saying? Do a little dance. Grab your partner by the hand. Do-si-do. No, I'm just kidding. I know a lot of y'all like, do-si-do? What is that? No, I was just playing. I was just joking. No, but I'm serious though. The man is always the one that grab the woman and just start dancing with her. And what that do to us, y'all, that gives us such a complete smile on our face. So sometimes, stop it. What are you doing? Oh my God. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you? Hold on, y'all. I didn't turn on this thing. I don't. Testing. Okay, yeah, because this thing had me tripping. Do I sound like a robot? Please let me know. There we go. Now I'm straight. This thing was tripping. I hit the wrong button. So listen, ladies, feminine, sometimes grab your partner. Y'all play when y'all listening to music, grab them and start dancing with them. Let them feel as good as you feel, how they make you feel when they grab you to start dancing, okay? Quality time could be just y'all just chilling, watching a movie together. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all, to be honest with y'all, let me tell y'all another little secret. I don't watch TV when my husband is not here. I really don't. I do not watch TV when my husband is not home. But when my husband come home, my husband throughout the day find some type of movie for us to watch when he get home. I'm telling y'all, to this day, I do not pick out anything to watch on TV. Crazy, huh? I do not pick out anything to watch. Everything that my husband picks out is good. Everything. I'm intrigued by everything he picked out. He's a movie buff. So I don't care if it's old school, new school. My husband picked out great things for us to watch. And that's him. And I leave that to him. I don't have to, I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't lying. I don't pick out anything. I should, but I don't. Walk with each other through the park. I don't care if you guys walk around the corner together. Walk. Do something. It doesn't have to be major things that you guys do to give quality time that is beneficial and good for you all. It's for you. It's literally for you. So when you have that greatness between you two, that love that you guys have, it's definitely gonna better you all's relationship because it's for you all. Find out what quality time you guys have, whether it be you guys go do a staycation somewhere, you know what I mean, at a nice hotel. Where are you in the city or where you live? Whether it be you all do quality time by sitting outside and just talking or having an ice cream or doing something between the two of you two where you two are bonding. Don't lose your connection with you two just because you see something else out there that you feel is more attractive. If you lose that person that you are in love with for some temporal thing, Lord, life will not be the same for you again. Because you have messed up something so great that you guys either have been together for a while or you guys get to know each other and it's really working out, you will lose something great. And when the person come home and say like she in an attitude, you don't know what's going on and she's going off, you don't know if it's the job. You don't know what it is. Or you don't know if it's with him. If he has an attitude, you don't know what it is. Get down to the root of things. Because a lot of times when people get into a relationship, you think it's that main thing that they talked, that topic. Do you really think that the topic was, say like the guy came in, he threw his stuff on the floor. Normally she's much more patient any other time, but this time she's not patient. Maybe there's an underlying thing that didn't get addressed that's really bothered. Was it really the clothes? Was it really something else? Sometimes you got to dig deep in your relationship to figure out what is the underlying resentment, anger, madness, irritable feeling. What is it that's at the bottom of that thing that's stirring up in her to mess up you all's relationship, or that's stirring up within him to mess up you all's relationship? There's an underlying thing that we never uncover. We only cover the surface of something, but there's always an underlying issue. That's what you have to figure out what that is. Does that make sense? Being in love, you must take your time to get to know how you can get through a relationship with each other. You have to. You can't go along treating every relationship the same way and think that that's how it's supposed to be. That's how you mess up where you are, because you study treating everybody the same way. Learning to listen may be as difficult as learning a foreign language. A lot of times, a lot of people don't want to listen to what's going on. They don't know how to listen. A lot of people, as soon as you say something, they quick to open up their mouth. That's why a lot of times I say, look, be quick to hear and slow to speak. Be quick to hear and slow to speak. A lot of times we want to hurry up, open up our mouths, jump in there and rebuttal whatever's going on. We want to jump right in there and give your point of view and give your issue and give, this is how I feel. Sometimes it ain't about you. It's not about you. Sometimes you need to be quiet and you need to learn. How about, since the person that does most of the talking all the time and interrupting, you be quiet today. Don't speak until well spoken to by your mate today and see what you learn. There's a lot you need to learn that you didn't learn, that you ain't trying to learn because you're too busy opening up your mouth and talking when you should be quiet. You've been doing it for so long, you don't even know how to differentiate if that's what you do. You don't know that you're probably the problem. You have no idea that you're probably the problem. Better communication is the key. And sometimes listening can be a task, but you have to learn how to do those things. And if you can't learn it, you're going to miss out on something great, because you want people to hear what you have to say at all times. You want them to listen to you. You want them to go by, do what you do and how you do it, but you messing up your own self. I talked about, we're talking about the 5 love languages, and we're talking about what is your love language. Do you even know what your love language is? Do you have a clue as to what your love language is? Receiving gifts is one of them. Some people, the fact of receiving a gift says, you love me. Is don't shoot the messenger because this is true. A gift can be many different things. It can come many different ways. It don't necessarily have to be an expensive gift. The fact that you have taken your time to go do, and I said this in the beginning, the fact that you have taken your time to go to a store and buy a card for someone, that is a gift. It's a reminder of love. You know how you keep up with the birthdays and the different holidays and your special occasion of when you all met, or when you all said we're going to be in a relationship, or when you all just, celebrated your 1 year, 2 year, whatever year it is, or the day that you said I do, the day of your anniversaries. You know what I'm saying? And you get a gift. For some people, that is a reminder of their love. Visual symbols of love are more important to some people than others, just to see it. I love makeup. One of the things that I love is I love getting makeup. I love getting makeup. I love getting polished because I love my nails. My husband loves certain things. I'm not telling you ladies because I will probably listen. Just know I know some of the things, well, a lot of the things that my husband loves. You feel me? But I'm just using me as an example on this. But yeah. What is your love language? Is it gifts? Some people really do love gifts. It says a lot to those particular people. And some people are able to afford to give gifts to their love. And they love going to get their love gifts. You have to know what your love gift, you have to know what your love. Do you even know your love? Do you just buy gifts that you think that your love like, or do you buy gifts that your love like? To invest in loving your spouse is the investment in blue chip stocks. Like it's a blueprint of who you are. It's investing in your love. Some people buy their love cars, homes. You know what I'm saying? Or investments, or they gift themselves. They gift themselves to them. You have to know what your spouse's love language is. If you don't know that, that means that you're wasting a lot of time in your relationship on the wrong things, or you're not invested in your love. If the physical presence of your spouse is important to you, I urge you to verbalize that to your spouse. That being around your spouse, your person, your love, or whoever, your presence means a lot to me. I enjoy being in your presence. How would your love know that you truly enjoy that if you do not speak on it or do not share it? No one around here is mind readers. How do they know? You've been so busy. They've been coming and going. They're going to see everybody else, spend time with everybody else, but they're not spending the time that you want, and you think they're supposed to automatically know this. You would think they would, but they're not getting it. That quality time with you is what you like. So maybe you need to say that. You know what? It seems like you spend a lot of time outside of the home. Or do we check in with your love? Do you not want to spend time with me? I would love it if we could spend this day doing this, because I really would love to spend time with you. The fourth love language is acts of services. Acts of services. Sometimes, you know what? You have to take time out and be like, do a date night. You know what I'm saying? Do a date night. Do it just because. Acts of services is one of the most beautiful things that you can do. Something small. When was the last time that you rubbed your love's feet? When was the last time you gave them a back massage? When was the last time you that don't cook got in the kitchen and cooked? When was the last time that you've done something wonderful for your person? What was the last act of service that you did? What was it? Can you remember? Was it that far long ago that you have no idea what you've done? What type of act of service that you did? No one likes to be forced to do anything. Love is always freely given. When was the last time you done something for your love without them asking you to do it, without being pressured to do it, just because? When? When was the last time you made up the bed? When was the last time you picked out them something to wear, and then you took them on a morning stroll, or you took them out for breakfast or lunch or dinner, something that you've done? When was the last time you popped up at their job and brought them something to eat without them asking you to? When was the last time you did an act of service from the heart without being asked to do so? When was the last time you took care of the kids and gave your person the day off? When was the last time you gave them a couple of hours? Well, me and the kids, we're going to go over here and we're going to do this, and we're going to just leave you here. Matter of fact, I booked the spa for you. You go and enjoy yourself. When? Spas are not just for women, and spas are not just for men. When was the last time you've done any of that? When? Sometimes we sit so dormant in our relationship that you got to ask yourself, if you're not getting attention, are you a doormat? Are you just there, just going with the flow? Does the relationship not mean anything to you at all? Do you want to change your relationship and be better for each other? Do you want to draw closer? With the way the world is going today after the COVID, I would think that people's relationship would have gotten closer, but sometimes in our lives, it just doesn't. But are you willing to do anything to make it better? The fifth love language is physical touch. Some people like to be physically touched. You in the kitchen, someone come up and grab you from behind and just hug you tight, and then walk away. You all are sitting down on the couch, the other one grab the other feet and just start massaging or picking at your toes or whatever. You're in the car and the other one reaches over and holds your hand while you're driving. You're in the grocery store and they asking you what are you looking for? Because normally a lot of times we go to the grocery store together, but the other person don't know what the other person is looking for. And have you ever thought as they looking down the aisle to say, they touch you on the shoulder, rub your shoulder just a little bit. What are you looking for? Let me help you find it. Have you ever thought what type of physical touch that you can do? We already know sex plays a part. But we're not talking about sex. We're talking about a physical touch. Physical touch. I'm just thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking about you. Have you ever thought about just taking your hand, and just rubbing their head, the top of their head, and massaging the top of their head, or their neck, their shoulder, their arms, their wrists, anything. Anything. Physical touch, that sometimes shows someone how much you truly, truly love them. That physical touch can make a difference between we're going to argue or we're going to be calm and we're going to communicate. That physical touch plays a part in your relationship. But a lot of times, a lot of people don't do physical touch. They can't sit up there on the couch and while one hug, and they just sit there and just watch a movie or just be still. What is your love language? What is your love language? Coming up with new ways and places to touch can be an exciting challenge. Stop being funny. But it's true. Coming up with new ways to just touch one another. You and your love. You don't know, maybe the back of your kneecaps or something, that might be a touch spot for somebody. If your spouse's primary language is physical touch, nothing is more important than holding him or her as they cry or as their, emotion, as whatever they're going through. If you just grab them and hold them. It's funny because a lot of people will fantasize about a whole nother person and be in a relationship. And if that person say, how a lot of people say they got work wives and work husbands and stuff like that. No, you shouldn't have it, especially if you got a relationship. But they be like, they feel some type of way towards their coworker, and their coworker going through a moment, and they sitting there like, is there anything that I can do for you? Is there anything I can help? Everything going to be okay? And y'all hugging each other, but this is something that you cannot do with your own love. Your own person that shares everything with you. When that person is feeling down and topsy-turvy, you can't grab that person and hug that person and love on your own person? That's crazy. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Are you in a relationship where it take you long to even touch your love? When was the last time you all touched each other? You're too busy arguing. When was the last time you guys literally touched each other without the physical act of sex? When was the last time you just touched each other? Hugged each other? When you laugh, do you even boy, stop, girl, stop? Do y'all even do any of that? Like anything? Like, you so funny. Do y'all, when was the last time y'all just laughed together and just touched each other as y'all laugh? The littlest things can go a lot far in our relationship. Do you even know your love language? Do you have any idea? There's words of affirmation, which includes encouragement. There's quality time with you building your relationship with one another. You receiving gifts from each other. I don't care if it's writing a letter or circle yes or no. Do you know what I mean? Y'all know maybe I was when we was in school. Acts of service, something that you do for your love that you know that your love absolutely do not like doing, or you do it just because you see them do it all the time. Have you done that? Physical touch. What do you most desire from your spouse, from your lover, from your love? What do you most desire? And do they know that you desire that from them? No, because you didn't say that. You never told them that that's what you most desire. You've been holding that in. They don't even know that part of you because you haven't even unleashed that part of you so that they can love you greater. Maybe they holding something, you holding something, y'all both holding something, y'all don't. That's probably what's interfering in you all's relationship because you haven't told the true you yet. You remember you met each other when I was just y'all sent y'all representative. Y'all still held on to y'all representative because y'all didn't let the real you out. Y'all just let the representative out to show who y'all was because y'all didn't want to say everything you was. And now you still holding on to that representative, can't freely be yourself. So now you don't have the desire in which you desire from your love. You can't express it because that go against who you pretended to be. What makes you feel loved above all else with your spouse? What is that one thing that no matter what, your love can make you laugh without a shadow of a doubt? Whenever they do or say this one particular thing, you just bust a gut. When was the last time you bust a gut? You just fall out laughing. When was the last time your love made you laugh? Everybody else can do it, but your love? You need to be asking yourself some very important questions because you can lose your love on a technicality because you're too busy in everybody else's stuff and then you ain't even concerned about your own stuff. Each of the love languages is vulnerable to, listen, you don't want to use the love languages that you guys have to be a manipulation to the other. That's not what you want to do. The love language that you have with your love is something that is beautiful that you learn to share. It's a foundation of who you two are. Keep that foundation in your relationship because it's going to make it greater between the both of you. Listen, we all get older every year. That doesn't mean that we stay the same. We don't. We change. Now, how you apply that change to yourself and your relationships makes a difference in who you are. Please, you all, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. That identifies who you are in your relationship. There are things that when times in your relationship get so hard and rough, you have to be able to fall back on certain things that brought you two to love one another. And a lot of times, no one thinks on the foundation that built you two up in love. Go back to the basis and the foundations of who you are as a love couple. Your picture of a perfect mate should give you some idea of your primary love language. Your picture of a perfect mate should give you some idea of your primary love language. Because a lot of people wonder and they question, well, I don't know what my love language is. Angela. You're so funny. Listen, I'm telling you guys right now, you need to find out what your love language is. That way, in the relationship that you're in or the relationship that you're going to be in, you're going to know what your love language is. And maybe you can tell that person what it is so they know. That's where a lot of relationships fail at because We don't know how to tell people what we want and what we don't want, what we like and what we don't like. We keep it closed, like they supposed to be the musician. I mean, what do you call it? You know what I'm trying to say, to get it together. You hear me? So you got to figure it out. Learn more. If you are single, learn more about yourself, or what you will tolerate or what you will not tolerate. So when that time comes, if you desire love, if you desire it, because some people desire just to be single, then continue to love what your love language is with you, to greater you, what you like and what you don't like. Continue learning about your self-love. Continue that if that's what you want. Don't let nobody tear you down because you're not involved with anyone. That is a choice you have made. But when you start beating other people up because they have a relationship, then that may make you a salty person on the real. But there's nothing wrong with being by yourself or being in a relationship, however you want to be. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with learning more of who we are. Every day we wake up, it's a greater learning experience into who we are. And I wanted to bring that to you guys. Love is a choice. Do y'all know that? Love is a choice. You can choose to love, or you can choose to hate, or you can choose to just go with the flow. What's your choice today? You have to ask yourself that. Do you choose love or do you not? Some people say, well, I just don't love him or her anymore. I just don't love them no more. I'm not in love with them no more. What are you saying, that you don't want to be in a relationship with them? Because that's some very harsh, hard word for your love to say when your love is in love with you and you're saying, I don't love you no more. So are you saying you don't want to be in a relationship? If so, then you need to let that be known. Or are you saying that we need help? We need help. Maybe you need to go to counseling boot camp. Maybe you need to go on a counseling camp trip. Maybe you need to go on a lover's camp trip, a lover's tour, a lover's boot camp, go somewhere where lovers learn to love each other again, to where they can formulate what the problem is and fix it. Because somewhere along the line, there was some resentment or something that wasn't taken care of. And that's what you need to do. Find out your nearest place near you that have it, where they deal with couples. They have that all the way around. If your love is worth fixing, putting it back together, or making it greater than it was, then search out those things that offer those things for couples. They're out there. You cannot give up on your love and think that there's not something out there for you to be able to get. A lot of people just absolutely give up on it. I'm not in love anymore. I don't love you no more. You don't know what type of feeling you're feeling right now. And then when you get over with that relationship, you the one probably going to want that person back, because that person, you hurt that person so much, that person now don't want you at all. So before you in a relationship, try to figure out if there's something that you can fix it to make it greater. Maybe it could be something small, it could be something big, but you will never know unless you seek out the help to help you to get over it. Either way, you're still going to need help, because you're going into another relationship and you don't want to take your old baggage into the new relationship, because it's going to destroy it and you're going to be right back where you are. Seeking help is not ever a problem. It's just certain things that people are not accustomed to doing and don't want to seek the help to make them better. You feel what I'm saying? Listen, the heart that someone carries probably already involved with another in love experience. Have you ever had that before? Let me break that down to you. Sometimes you feel like, I was already in love with someone and I'll never love another person like that again. No, you're cutting your own self off when you say stuff like that. You're cutting you off. You say you feel me? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes people be like, you know what? I've been in love. I don't need to be in love no more. No, 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 no. That was the love you felt at that time. You have now since grown. Love could still be waiting out there for you with your name on it, but you're not giving love a shot or a try because you know why? You still stuck on the previous relationship that you was in. If you're studying, I've been in love with before, and this is what happened. I was in love with. No, 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 no. This is a new love. This is something new. This is not that old love, because if you were still in love, you would still be with that person and you wouldn't be with the person that you are with right now. So it's worth finding out, fixing, and making it greater. Even when you are in love for years, I have people that subscribe to me, that follow me, and that I adore because they tell me the stories that they have been in relationship for 15, 25, 26, 50 something years. And those are the people that we need to talk to figure out how can we get better at what we're doing. How? Angela, what are you talking about? I'm so serious. Love is a choice. You can choose to love or you can choose to play with it. It's totally up to you. Totally up to you. How you choose to live your life is what you do. Listen, when you are in a relationship, you know that high that you're on in the beginning of your relationship, sometimes that high comes down. And you tend to say things that just blurts off, just rolls off your tongue, blurts straight on out. You tend to really say things, and it hurts that other person looking like, huh? When that high come down, where are you in your relationship? When that high come down, how are you doing in your relationship? How? Are you ready to bail? Or now, are you ready to build? Because when that honeymoon stage come down, this is the time when it's time to work on love. When that honeymoon stage was there, you had to remember what it was, how you felt, all of that. That's going to be a total foundation to you all. Look at this. This is what I love right here. Angela says, don't give up. It's good to be loved. I know that's real. That part right there. It's good to be loved. It's good. A lot of people been so headstrong that they don't know how to allow love to come in and sup in their heart. They really don't. And it's not something made up. This is really true stuff. A lot of people don't know how to love, and they don't know how it scares them. It scares them. And I'm gonna tell you today, is right now, it's okay to feel that fear. But what's gonna be the great part is when you find someone that loves you, that helps take that fear from you. Don't keep running from love that you miss your opportunity to be in love. I know you've been hurt quite a few times. People have lied to you, manipulated you, verbal, mental, physical abuse, all of that. You've been through the ringer. But sometimes it's okay to let it down. It's okay to love someone. It's okay to allow them to come into your heart, because literally we know you're scared. You don't think that person know that you're scared? They can see you. You may not think they see you, but they can see you. Me being in my relationship, when my husband first got with me, I asked my husband often, I was like, you knowing that I was in an abusive relationship prior, how was that for you? He tells me he knew I was scared. And he just say, I'm patient. He's very patient with me. And he helped me walk through it, and he helped me to. I did not know all these years. I did not know the type of love that I desire. My type of love language. I had never ever experienced my love language, my something that's dear to me, that allowed me to be the real me. And it was just simple things that he did, that he already had a quality in him that he was already doing, that I would sit there in amazement. It'd be from the music to any little thing. I just told my husband the other day, I looked at my husband, I was like, you're a replica of me, and you're a representation of me as the male, and I'm a representation of you as a female. I was saying this out of shock. That's what I was doing. Because to me, my husband is fine to me. My husband is funny to me. My husband is incredible to me. And I'm looking at my husband like, you're amazing. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at him in awe. And I'm like, you're a representative of me? Like, I like you. Like, I'm in love with you. Like, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just looked at it like, wow, look at God. Look at God. Who's your representative of you? Who's the person that's supposed to represent you? In your face and out of your face. Who's the person that's supposed to love you? Did you miss it? Did you let them pass by? What did you do? Are they there with you? And you guys forgot how much that you really, truly love each other? Because even though y'all bickering in each other's face, y'all know y'all can't live without each other. What's going on? What is going on? The power of choosing love. Most of us do many things each day that do not come naturally to us. And that's what I'm saying with my husband. Like, I didn't know that somebody would like the type of music that I like. I literally would be in the car. This man would play music, and it wasn't it would be instrumental. Like, I really learned how to get into instrumentals through my husband, because I'd be like, oh my God. And it would be the decade of the year that I really like, or music I ain't heard before. Yeah, let me tell y'all. Oh, so corny. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Who's some of them? I don't know about y'all, but I'm one of those people that once I find a song that I enjoy, I play it till I'm still playing. I ain't gonna even lie. I bump it. See, my husband got these whoopers in the car, so it's loud, and I love it because I'm with the bass. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the bass. I'm not even lying. So Idris, I love Idris. I love it. Bossy. I love Bossy. Don't play with me either. Don't play with me, because I like T.I. too. When you see me in the streets, remember, you don't know me. Don't do me. But then I like me some J Moss too. I can get down operator. I can get down with all of that. You feel what I'm saying? So I got different genres of music that I really enjoy. I love jazz. I love pop. I love some Gershwin. You feel what I'm saying? I love quite a bit of music style. I really do. I don't even play with you, but when I find that one song, I'm listening to it. You feel me? And another one of my favorites, Big Boy. and I love it with the instrumental, with no words. Like, I can bump Big Boy. I could. Ooh, jeez. Yeah. I could bump me some big boys, some instrumental. I could bump that. You ain't heard it from me, and don't tell my husband, but I did blow one of the speakers out on the passenger side. I did because I'll be blasting. I don't care what time it is when I get in the car, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't care what time in the afternoon, midday. I'm blasting. I have to tell my husband, like, people literally be pulling up beside me and guys be honking the horn. They be trying to get my attention because I literally be in the car with the bass on. You feel me? Music is blasting. Then I look over and I'll be like, I just, either say hi and keep it pushing, or they trying to chase me down, like, come on now, what the heck? I'd be like, look, I'm married, don't do me, okay? I'm trying to enjoy the music because that's me. And I didn't know that somebody and a lot of this stuff, y'all, because I used to listen to so much gospel music that I didn't even know about all these songs. So when my husband came in, he like caught me up on a lot of music that I was not aware of, that in between raising kids, doing all this other stuff, I really wasn't listening to music properly. And now I'm enjoying music. I am. I ain't gonna even lie. And that's a gift that my husband gives to me, especially because he used to be a prior DJ, and is a former DJ. And let me tell you, let me get back to what I'm talking about. But love makes a difference. Okay, love makes a difference. Ask yourself, since you're couples and you're living together, are you more roommates or are you more couple? Which one are you? You guys been living together so long. Are you roommates or are you couples? You don't know the difference between a roommate and a couple? I'm glad you asked. Let me get to it. You didn't went from, did you pay your half? I need your half of the rent. I need your half of the groceries. You didn't do this. You didn't do your portion or your half. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Y'all barely speaking to one another. One going into one room, the other one going into the next room. Y'all taking off, not even telling each other where you going. You just taking off and go. What is it? Are you roommates or are you lovers? One watching the TV thing over here, the other one watching. What are you, roommates or are you lovers? Are you not talking to each other about things that matter the most, whether it be day to day, whether it be work, whether it be something on the news or whatever? Are you guys communicating? Are you eating together? Are you eating separate? What's going on? Are you roommates or are you lovers? Sometimes it's hard when you're in a relationship with somebody to love the unlovable. Do y'all know that? Sometimes your partner can be to where they get on your everlasting nerve, but can you bounce back from that and still be in love? Or are you roommates? That's a question you should be asking each other. That's the question you should be asking each other. Angela said, my sugar daddy loved me. Sugar mama loved sugar daddy. It will be 26 years, July 10th. Woo-wee. That's what I'm talking about. I told y'all. I got some people in here that's been together for some years. We want to know how you all do that. How did you get to the 26 years? What happened in your when y'all would go to difficult? Okay, Angela. When y'all would go through difficult problems, how did you said, ooh, you answered me before I could even get it out. My question was about to be, how did you all get to the point when you guys are arguing? How did you get over that? She said, I choose love. Ooh, we. A lot of us can sure enough learn from you, Angela, because a lot of us don't know how to love. We think that The way we're doing it is a proper way, but it's not giving us longevity. Does that make sense? We want longevity. You got 26 years on July 10th. That is incredible. Congratulations. How do you guys get through? Did you guys ever have the moment to where someone looked at your spouse, your sugar daddy, and wanted your sugar daddy? Or did they look at you and want you and it made your sugar daddy feel uncomfortable? Or did it make you feel uncomfortable? Did you guys ever have to deal with that type of situation? Because answer that, please, Miss Angela. Because a lot of time in these decades here, everybody want everybody. You cracking up laughing. Everybody want somebody else's property because they think that that's the right thing to do, when that's not. They think there's a shortage of men or a shortage of women or a shortage of something. I don't know what people are thinking. And love is the greatest challenge. Here's another. Is it possible to love a spouse who has become your enemy? Angela, do you think that's possible? To love your spouse if they become your enemy. A lot of times we think our spouse be our enemy and they don't. But a lot of times when the breakups occur, we really do feel like they're our enemy. They use everything against us. Those are Sorry, I had to take a drink. Sorry. I had to take a drink. Breakups can become so hard, and a lot of kids become the middle part of that breakup. Co-parenting can be hard. So sometimes in those relationships, you see that they can literally become your worst enemy. And that is possible, that your love can become your enemy when it's about over with. Can you reverse that? Can you come back from that? That's the question. Because love's greatest challenge, that is. Because sometimes you can feel like you hate each other so much that that's your enemy, and it's not. It's because you guys haven't resolved, haven't fixed, haven't communicated to fix the problem in which needs to be fixed. Does that make sense? For those that are single, I give you this, unless you're already ready. Maybe you are ready to be in your relationship to do great. Maybe you are ready for a relationship. If you're not ready for a relationship and you study trying to get you together, take the time to really learn more about you. Even if that means this summer, I'm going to take me a trip by myself. I'm going to go on vacation by myself and learn you. Learn you. Because how you don't know you, but you want someone else to know you. You're skipping the whole process. Take a trip by yourself and learn you. Be gone for a couple of days from your home. Just you. Not you and friends, not none of that. You by yourself. Take a trip by yourself and learn you. Wake up in a whole nother state on your little mini vacation and go out to eat. Go do some sightseeing. Learn you. Don't meet up with nobody. Don't call nobody. Learn you. 3-day minimum. 3-day minimum trip. Go enjoy yourself and learn you. Get a babysitter for the kids. If you don't have any kids, hurry up and book your trip. Go do something for you for a 3-day minimum and enjoy yourself. Learn you. It's going to make you a better you. By the time you get back, you need to clear your mind. You need to clear everything up so that you are focused by the time you get here. Because you've probably been passing up love. Even though you desire love, you've probably been passing it up because your mind, your heart, your soul, your everything is filled with so much other stuff that you have not released what needs to be released to allow room for love to come into your heart. But yet you are scared to love. Go love you. Go love on yourself. I know what you're saying. Oh, Debbie, I do that all the time. Nope, that's not how I'm telling you to do it. I'm not telling you to do it how you used to doing it. I'm not telling you that. I'm not giving you that advice to do it how you're used to doing it. Oh, nope, I want you to go and love on you. That means do not be out there trying to flirt with this person. Do not accept anyone flirting for you. This is a trip solely for you to clear up everything that you have going on with you. You need some me time. That's what you need. You need some me time. You don't need your phone on. Tell people where you're going. Those that love you, tell them where you're going. Give them the number to the hotel, not your cell. Turn that sucker off. Unless you're going to be doing, matter of fact, don't answer your phone. Don't answer your phone. Not unless you see it's an emergency, but don't answer your phone. I would say don't take your phone. You need to catch an Uber or something. Use the hotel. Every hotel you go to, they got a phone. They all got a phone. I'm asking you to spend time with you. If you can't go anywhere out of state, then go downtown to downtown or wherever. Go somewhere to where you can do a staycation by yourself. Jazzy says, yes, learn you. Your whole view of relationship and life will be different, Jazzy. That's facts. You need time with you. You do. And go comfortable. Go be comfortable. Go relax. Go get all the stress of everything. Sometimes, listen, I used to do this all the time. If things get too hectic, my husband and I get in the car, go do what we got to do. Listen, you have to get out of the rat race in order to run a race. You can't stay in the rat race running around on the little thing, keep running around on a little circle thing and think you're going somewhere. You ain't going nowhere. You're still running around in a whole circle. You have to step out of the rat race. Rat race, what is that? Traffic. You see the traffic going so fast on every highway, in the streets and everywhere. You got to rush to get here, rush to get there. People calling you about this. You got all this going on, but you have no time for you. You have no time for you. You need to go and have some time with self. That don't mean go out of town and be on the phone all this time with this person. That don't mean take your phone and be on the YouTube, find out what's going on the YouTube streets. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to be selfish for once in your life. For you. That's what I'm asking you to do. A minimum of 3 days. Go be selfish for you. Save up some money so that you can take yourself out to eat. So bring a swimsuit or whatever, because they probably have a pool or something. I bet you, listen, have you ever been in a pool by yourself? Go and enjoy you. It's been a long time since you've done that. You got everybody's business on your mind except your own. You have to make time for you. If not, you're going to continue to drive yourself crazy. You need to be a better version of yourself than what you've been. You, at that point, when you do that, you're going to have to probably rely heavily on your faith in God in order to do this. Or whatever strengthens you in order to get through it. Because a lot of people don't know how to be by themselves. A lot of people don't know how to experience self-love, self-care love. They think they do, but they have no idea how to do it. And they would tell you up and down, I love me. How you love you? You ain't done nothing for you. You ain't done nothing for you. Nothing. Oh, I bought me an outfit here. Don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody care about that. When was the last time you felt good about you? When? When was the last time you literally felt good about yourself, not including anyone else involved, just good about yourself? When? You need to find out what is your love language. That's what you need to find out. Now, I'm not going to keep you guys. I'm going to go ahead and mosey on up out of here. You said, I'm going to read Angela's. Let's see what she says. Angela said, when God gives you a husband, nothing can come between that. Be patient, talk to each other, no matter what. I love it. I love it. Sometimes we even got to be patient, even when we're by ourselves. We have to be patient with ourselves. We have to be patient with ourselves. But when God bless you with two people coming together as one, you need to be a whole lot patient in what you've been. You need to unsurface a lot of stuff that you've been doing, acting like you're all that in a bag of chips, acting like your feelings the only thing that matter, getting attitudes and stuff when you shouldn't be over little innocent, little silly things. You got to change that. When you come together in a relationship with one another, when you come together in a relationship with one another, nonetheless, when you start moving in with each other and then you propose to, you become engaged, and when you do say I do and all of that stuff, you have to set yourself aside sometimes and be able to be open to listen to that other person without you snapping. I like to call that childish. If you cannot have an adult conversation with me, we are two adults. We need to speak like two adults. We need to carry ourselves like two adults. We can be kids, we can play and act like two kids, but when it matters the most, when things need to be taken care of, we need to speak like two adults. There's one feminine and there's one masculine. Which one are you and which one is me? And we are adults about this thing. Embarrassment of your significant other is a total no-no. Angela, what do you think about that? If your sugar daddy embarrassed you in front of other people, how would you feel? Or has that happened? You said, I like what you're doing right here, Angela. You is helping me with this thing here. You said, wait on God and he will give you a good husband. He also will give you a good wife or a good mate, or whoever your person is, if that's what you desire. Because a lot of people, like I said, want to be single. They don't mind being single. And there's no problem with that. Even you need to take a break and go on your little trip and love on you more. You need to do something. You going with the everyday ruckus that you forgot who you are. You You forgot who you are. You need quality time with self. You don't embarrass the person that you say that you're in love with. You don't do that. And unless your person hasn't told you that, then I don't listen. They'll tell you sooner or later, but would you rather it be later or would you rather it be sooner? Is there something about me that I need to correct, that I need to do better? And if somebody say, you know what, if you treat people the way you want to be treated, treat them the way you want to be treated. And then go beyond that. You don't embarrass the person that you're involved in, especially on a public forum. You don't do that. That's the person that you're sleeping and saying, I'm spending my life with you right now. At this time, we're together, we live together, we pay this together, we do this together, but yet you want to embarrass that person in front of the whole world, or in front of your co-workers, or in front of your church, or in front of whoever, wherever. How dare you go around embarrassing the person that you say you want to be in a relationship with? How dare you embarrass that person and belittle that person because of you? It ain't them that needs to change, it's you. There is something wrong with you if you feel compelled to embarrass the person that you're supposed to be involved with. Do you know your love language at all? Do you know theirs? Do you know what irritates them? Do you have a clue? Learn who you are. Learn who your mate, your spouse, your love is, and stop humiliating them and thinking that that's the way to go because that's what worked for you. Well, you ain't by yourself now. How about that? You are not by yourself anymore. You're saying to someone, I want to be in a relationship with you. Don't take what they have and then belittle and then think that everything is still supposed to go your way. Baby, compromise. Compromise. Be intuitive. Have your listening skills to at least practice. Get it together. You all are in this together. You all are adults. We all are all adults. Every day that we wake up is another day, another shot at making it better than yesterday. You definitely should be way better than you was last week, and you should be off the charts than where you were a month ago. Are you still the same, or are you just full of it? Something you should ask yourself. What is your love language? What is your mate love language? Spend some time. Get to know each other. Be a little bit more patient with one another. Love each other. Can't say you're in a relationship if you're treating each other wrong and evil. And then every time you want to get you something, you want to treat each other right. I'm not going to hold you guys up. Love languages are important. You hear me? Love languages are important. Find out what your love language is. Communication is always the key. I want to thank you guys for joining me. I want to thank all of my supporters because I know you guys miss me. I'm sorry, I'm right here. I's back now. Thank you so much, and I will continue to bring you guys, content my little way, all right? And thank you for supporting me. Thank you to my major supporters that are out there making it happen. And you guys have a great day. I'm going to go ahead and close out on this. Take care, you guys. Be good out there on them YouTube streets. Go visit people's channels. Just try not to be blocked.